So hello guys, welcome to the part 2 lectures of Introduction to Java in the playlist of data structures using Java. In the last video we discussed about what is array, why do we need an array, and how to declare the arrays in Java. If you haven't watched this video, I highly recommend you to watch that video before coming to this lecture. So in this lecture we will be seeing the two important things, that is first one is adding and updating elements in Java, and then we will be looking how we can print the elements in my array. Right, so first check out how we can add the elements. But before we go on to this topic, there is one most important thing that I want to highlight. So we know that how we can declare the array, right? So let's suppose I have declared the array of size 5, right? So how we can declare the array? We can have the data type of which we want to declare the array, square bracket, name of array equals to new, and the size which we want to have an array. Now basically what will happen is this 5 space will be allocated to my array, right? 5 space will be allocated to my array. Now see, one of the most important point to note here is that the array always start with index 0. What do I mean is my first element will always be present at index 0, then 1, 2, 3 and 4. See, my total size of my array is 5. And if my first element is present at index 0, then my last element will be present at index n minus 1, right? N minus 1. So this is the one of the most important point to note here is that my array will always start from index 0. My first element will be present at index 0 and my last element will be present at index n minus 1, which is nothing but size minus 1. Now how we can add the values in my array? So let's check out. So what I am going to do is I am going to declare the array again of size 5. So let's suppose I have declared the array of size 5 equals new and int equals to 5, and now what will happen is it will get allocated the space of 5, right? And again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are these? These are nothing but indices, right? These are nothing but index. Now I want to store the value at this index. So how can I access the element present at the index 0? Simply I can write as ARR of 0 equals to, let's suppose 10. So what will happen here? The value 10 will get allocated. Now I want to store the value at first index. So AR of 1 equals to, let's suppose 20. So here 20 will get allocated. Now suppose I want to store the value at index 2 equal to, let's suppose 30. So here 30 will get allocated. Now AR of equals to 3 equals to 40. So here 40 will get allocated, and here ARR of 4 equals to 50. So here 50 will get allocated. So this is how we can add the values in our array. But there is one point to note over here is that now the total size of my array is 5. So we can write these 5 things, right? But what if my total size of my array is 100? Can we write this statement 100 times? No, this is not at all possible, right? But if you try to observe one thing clearly, that see the indices always start from 0, then it increases by 1, 1, 1, 1, and it goes till n minus 1 time. So I know that my index is moving from 0 to 1, then 2, then 3, 4, up to n minus 1. So can I use something that will help us to move my cursor or move my pointer from 0 to 1, then 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, right? Rather than writing these whole things individually. So one thing is for sure, I can use the loop, right? So loop will help me to assign the values. So what can I do is I will simply run a loop, that is for loop, then it will start from 0 and up to it goes to less than equal to n minus 1. It goes till n minus 1, and I will do I plus plus, because what is happening? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. My value of I is getting increased. And what I can do is I can simply have ARR of I, and the value which you want to assign, you can assign the values, right? So this is how you can add the values in your array. So let's check out practically that how we can assign the values. What I will do is let's declare the size of my array equals to 5, right? And then I will declare the array. Let's suppose the name of array is ARR, and then what I did is I used new operator to assign the values in runtime. Then I new and simply I declared the size. Now what I will do is, what I need values from the user. So in order to take a values from the user, we need a scanner, right? So we need a scanner, and what it mainly does, it takes the input from the user. So simply I will run a loop from 0 to less than equal to size minus 1 as we declared, and I plus plus. Now what I will do is, first of all I will get the value which I want to assign to my array. How can I get it? sc dot next int, right? Next int. This is how I can get the values, and I can simply assign it to my array in that particular index. Now this is how we use to assign the values to my array. Now what I say is that now I want to print the values. Can I use a similar way to print? Because I know that if I go to my ith index, I am able to access that value, right? So simply what I will do is to print the elements of my array. Again I will be using for loop. Again I will be going from 0 to less than equal to size minus 1 and I plus plus. And what I will do is I will simply use system.out.print AR of I, because it will access the value at that particular index, and I will separate it using the space. Now see, if I try to run this code, what will happen? Let's suppose I give the 10 and then 20, 30, 40 and 50. See, the values of my array got printed as it is. So I hope so you came to know that how we can add the values to my array and how we can print the elements present in my array. So just in case if you are new to our channel, do subscribe the channel for more such informative videos and master the data structures using Java. Till then, have a happy coding.